Welcome to another deep surface healing massage video. Today we have a mechanic on the chopping block. Some issues with shoulder elevation. He's well within the pain arc, meaning that he is not able to elevate his shoulders over 170 degrees without inhibited range or an inflammatory response. We're going to try and work him up out of the pain arc for good. And as usual, we're going to start with assessment highlights, and I'll be giving a little bit of commentary throughout that, and then the highlights from working the hit list, the muscles that we are targeting that are involved in what you'll see as inhibited shoulder girdle range and also cervical lateral flexion. If you find this video interesting and you want to see more interesting videos that showcase the viability of clinical massage when arresting and reversing musculoskeletal dysfunction, then please like and subscribe. If there's a particular dysfunction that you want my opinion on whether or not clinical massage is viable, or if you'd like me to make a video about it, or if you want to be the volunteer in that video about the particular dysfunction that you're dealing with, drop a comment below. Let me know. Remember that when you know the body, you know the solution. So let's get started. You just slowly lift it and just stop when you feel any discomfort. I believe we were like just under 90 last time. Yeah, and see how we're like kind of leaning to the side?
Yeah, so yeah. Straighten up.
So I'll stop you from leaning. Yep. You just slowly come up. Stop as soon as you feel any discomfort.
Right there.
Yep. In between 1 and 10, where you at?
About 5.
Just real quick, the body always wants to cheat. It does not understand that you are trying to show me something. It wants to get from point A to point B as easy as possible, and it will underutilize or over recruit any other muscle to avoid wherever the check engine light is on, right? And it's my job to show you the check engine light where it is not showing. Yeah. 5. Okay.
Right there. Now that makes it about 6.
About 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Any discomfort anywhere?
A little bit right there.
Looking for like front, back,
Like top.
top. Okay. Yep. And we try to rotate from here.
That hurts.
Where do we feel that at?
And about right in here.
Okay.
No, it's a little bit in there. It's
Mhm.
top.
Okay. All right, so lateral flexion, and I want to see this side first. So we'll just tilt. Yeah. Okay. And between 1 and 10.
I'll say about 7.
Yep. And where we're feeling that at?
Straight down on the outside.
Yep. Okay. And,
Oh.
uh-huh.
Oh, we about a 7.
Mm-hmm. And where we're feeling that at?
The same thing on the opposite
Same
side.
thing?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Like more like right on the corner going down.
So we'll back up just a bit here. Okay, so lateral flexion of the cervical spine. This is a super common issue. A great way to assess this is to just have you try and tilt 45 degrees, see if we get an inflammatory response, see if you can even make it to 45 degrees. What the assessment is telling me here is that we need to work into the muscles that allow lateral flexion of the cervical spine. So our big contenders are going to be definitely levator scap. And in particular, he talked about the pain coming down that side. That lets me know that not only are we looking at levator scapula as a lateral flexor, but also the longissimus capitis and longissimus coli, right? Those are going to be two contenders, but because of what he's showing here, then we know for sure that we're going to have to get into these scalenes, right? If we just isolate these scalenes for a second, we can see like where they are connected here. These are a lateral flexor of the neck. So when we see that we're having inhibited range, we're thinking, okay, this muscle must be short somehow, and it definitely is not letting us lean as far as we want to lean. Remember, most dysfunction is going to be because the muscle is either too short, is too long, has microtrauma from prolonged muscular overload because of the demands that we put on it while it's in a weak or short or tight position. And we need to try and instigate it to go the opposite direction, right? We know that the muscles that give the ability to laterally flex have an issue. So that is where we will focus. This is the point of difference between clinical massage. When you walk through my door, we are trying to pinpoint what needs to be worked on. And we focus on what needs to be worked on. That's how we maximize the result.
Okay, so we'll hold here, and we'll have you slowly turn your head right. Here. Any discomfort right here? Okay, good. We're just going to let this fall back.
Oh man. Right in there, yeah.
Yep, saying right in there. And guess where we are, folks? We are working into not only scalenes here, but also we are working into just right there in that at that point. Give me levator scap. Yep. So really focusing into levator scap here.
Let's have you slowly turn towards me.
Just,
Yeah, I feel that.
That's where we start getting into that scaling more. Yep. Back to those scalings I didn't mention before, but this one is just a posterior one. But we're working all three of those, right? All three of these are in lateral flexion. It seems like the posterior one is affected a bit more on him. Not that I'm actually in there touching it. I knew that it was going to be this one affecting him more just from years of doing this and people having the same issues when they come in. But you do want to work all of the scalings. Yeah, so here we're just cleaning up the back some, working back into the extensors of the spine that are coming from the mid-back.
right there.
Right there? Fantastic. I'll take that. That was like, we're definitely in the 170s now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Glorious.
I want to say that's 45. Yeah. So at 45, you were about a 7 out of 10. So how are we feeling now?
I don't feel it, no.
Good. Now I'm going to take you to the point of resistance, about there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Shit, about 2.
About a 2?
Yeah.
Okay. A pretty good improvement, right?
Yes, it is.
But it took that whole hour just focusing on this side. So I'll see you in 2 days, and then we will
Yes,
try
right
to
side.
get the right side looking like the left side.
Okay.
And then
So a bit of my chicken scratch here. Just reminders whenever someone is not volunteering and allowing me to record the session. Just the things that occurred in the pre-assessment, and then also some of the post results. Lateral flexion here to the right was yielding a 7 out of 10. We got that down to a 2 out of 10 at 45 degrees, right? And even, 0 at 45 degrees, a 2 out of 10 when we're greater than 45, right? So these are phenomenal results. Let's continue.
how are we feeling in the left shoulder, if anything?
That sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Any pain? Right. Okay. So now let's just see some. Yep. And just stop whenever you feel discomfort.
I don't.
Okay. Okay. Good. So we're still good here.
Yeah.
Yeah. When does it start? Yeah, about there.
About a 5.
About a 5.
Right there. It's about a 7, 8.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
Tight right there. I just tighten it down. I want my elbow in.
All the way down to the elbow.
Yep. Right on the top side of the joint.
Okay. Tightness in the arms. Also being affected by the.
Oh yeah, right.
Uh-huh. So it's in the triceps too. Doesn't matter which way you go. Left turn onto the stomach.
Shit. Little messy. Alright.
Same thing here. Cleaning up extensors of the cervical spine. He's a mechanic. I know with the hood open, he's got his head bent down, shoulders internally rotated. That's why we're hitting these external rotators. You can see we started with the chest, trying to open it up. Now we're trying to calm down the overlength and external rotators.
Not at all.
Fantastic. We tilt here. Let me know when we feel some pain.
Right there.
Yep. In between 1 and 10.
Shit, about a 2.
About a 2. That's way better.
Okay, so wrapping this up again. Assessment is everything. When you know the body, you know the solution. When you walk into my doors, the point of difference is we run you through what I call an OSLA assessment: occupation, sleep patterns, lounging, how you sit, how you relax when you are not working, when you're not sleeping, and daily activities. We have a mechanic here, hood open, head down, shoulders internally rotated. So again, these are common patterns that I've been working to arrest and reverse for 10 plus years now. I make it look easy, but there is a lot that goes into this. And when you want to maximize the result, you need to understand how a person's daily lifestyle is setting their body up to fall into these dysfunctional patterns that will lead into patterns of pain that we have conditioned ourselves to be in. So again, results like this come from understanding how dysfunction happens. If you're looking for a bodywork practitioner who is going to do a thorough assessment, who is going to make sure that we are wasting as little time as possible on things that are not related to the issue, and to make sure we're spending as much time as possible figuring out what exactly we need to do. We're trying to measure twice and cut once here. Yes. So again, if you are looking for a clinical massage therapist, I operate in Montgomery / Cincinnati here in Ohio. Details for how to book with me on my website will be listed in the description below. When you know the body, you know the solution. Yeah. So until I see you on the table, take care of yourself. Okay. So let's go over the hit list real quick of everything that we worked on in order to achieve these results. We talked a bit about scalenes, all three of them. A good focus on the posterior scalenes, but all three of those needed to be worked. We picked on levator scap, also a lateral flexor of the cervical spine. Right, this is what we attacked to kind of handle our lateral flexion inability, and we also saw work on the pecs here, opening up the pecs. Again, mechanic, overly internally rotated shoulder girdle just from the positions at work. We knew that we were short here. We needed to bust that up, get it to open up. In addition to the external rotators. External rotators of the shoulder girdle. We know that we're spending time internally rotated, so these guys are over lengthened, weak, tight. They need to be cared for, okay? Over lengthened muscle does not respond well to just, boom, going in there and hitting it, trying to open it up like we would do a shorter muscle like the chest, right? So, took our time here, specifically this infraspinatus. We finished up by working some of these deeper extensions of the cervical spine. As you can see here, there are quite a few layers of extensions of the spine, and we finished by working the different layers of spine extensors. Yes, and this is how we were able to achieve the result. Remember, if you are looking for a bodywork practitioner who understands how to put these things together for you, if you want your pain to make sense, if you're looking for someone to make sense of dysfunction, not only explain to you, you know, what's going on, how it's your fault, how you got here, but also what you need to do in order to prevent these, pain patterns from coming back and from developing into more severe arthritic changes, and then book a session with me. The information to book with me is going to be in the description below. Like and subscribe for more videos about clinical massage and its viability in tackling musculoskeletal dysfunction. Again, if you have a particular dysfunction that you want to see or volunteer for, please drop a comment below. Reach out to me via my website or email, and we'll see about getting you on the table. Um, until I see you on the table, take care of yourself, and remember, when you know the body, you know the solution.